There are places in Pennsylvania that feel familiar the second you step into them. And then, there are places like Moosic Mountain. High above northeastern Pennsylvania, just outside the Scranton area, this ridge holds one of the most unique ecosystems in the entire Commonwealth. Not your typical deep forest, not your usual rocky overlook hike, but something far more rare. A wide open ridgetop heath barren filled with scrub oak, huckleberry, blueberry, stunted trees, exposed rock, sweeping views, and a strange wildness that feels completely different from the valleys below. This is the Moosic Mountain Barrens, a globally rare landscape and one of Pennsylvania's most important conservation areas. In some places, the forest seems to shrink around you, opening into broad stretches of low vegetation and rugged stone. It almost feels like a little piece of Dolly sods was dropped into northeastern Pennsylvania. And somehow, this place exists just minutes from one of the busiest parts of the region. I arrived here in early October, right in the heart of peak fall foliage, on one of those chilly mountain mornings where frost still clings to the ground and the air feels sharp enough to wake you up before the trail even does. The ridge was glowing with color, the low shrubs were turning, the trees were flashing reds, oranges, and golds, and the whole mountain had that short-lived fall feeling where everything looks like it's burning bright before winter takes over. Today, I'll be taking you along with me as we hike close to 9 miles through the Dick and Nancy Eales Preserve at Moosic Mountain, following rocky trails through one of the rarest natural communities here in Pennsylvania. Along the way, we'll pass through open barrens, forested sections, rocky outcrops, and big views that show off just how different this place really is. Moosic Mountain is a reminder that Pennsylvania still has places that can surprise you, places that don't quite fit the mold, places that feel ancient, fragile, and wild all at once. So today, we're slowing down, stepping into the frost, and exploring one of the most unusual mountains in the entire Commonwealth. As always, enough talking, let's get to hiking. Well, good morning and welcome back to an all-new episode of Maksim Outdoors as we continue this crazy fall foliage expedition. This is day 3 here up in northeastern Pennsylvania, and today's episode is going to be a good one of which that I have been planning now for quite some time, but I have just been waiting for the perfect conditions: peak fall foliage, a blue sky day, and an amazing sunrise. And it looks like we have all three, so it's game time. We are currently here at the Dick and Nancy Eales Preserve, and today we're going to be doing about 8 to 9 miles. We're going to go counterclockwise starting on the Blueberry Trail. But yeah, I have been wanting to check this area out for quite some time now. Definitely a unique spot here in Pennsylvania that doesn't really look like anywhere else in the Commonwealth. We're going to be hiking through heath barrens, blueberry patches. Out to my right, you can see all these aspen trees glowing from the morning sunlight. But wow, it's gonna be a good day. It's gonna be a long day, but I'm excited. So yeah, enough talking. Let's hit that trail. What do you say? All right, continuing on the Blueberry Trail. First impressions, just wow. That's all I can say. You know, you always set your expectations high, whether you're going on vacation or a hiking trip, and this has exceeded every single expectation, and we're not even a mile into our day so far. Just a totally unique area. I don't know if I've ever seen anything like this in Pennsylvania. You have all the sheep laurel, blueberry bushes, all this shrub oak. Check out these tiny little acorns here, and even some aspen and pitch pine mixed in. But yeah, this place is something else. If you ever find yourself in Northeast Pennsylvania, I would be sure to check this out. Definitely has a very, very unique feel to it. I mean, look at this place. And we're here during peak fall foliage. How lucky are we? It's funny, I was just out in Yellowstone a few months ago, and it was great and everything, don't get me wrong, but I woke up this morning at 6 and I felt like a little kid on Christmas because I'm going to Moosic Mountain. And I was just thinking how funny that is, that I'm more excited to check this area out than I was to go to Yellowstone. That just goes to show you Pennsylvania has something for everyone. But get out there and explore. This place is definitely special. Not a bad view looking down towards the city of Scranton, still on the Blueberry Trail. We are heading up towards a gravel road. Once we get on that, we'll do a little road hiking and link up with our next trail intersection that will drop us back down. I don't know if I already mentioned it, we are doing a counterclockwise loop. I think it's gonna end up being about a 7 or 8 mile day. But the reason I stopped here is just behind me here. Check out this area. This is the site of a controlled burn, I'm guessing, within the last few years. Pretty interesting. You can read more about it on their website. You can see the older forest, aspen and the blueberry, and then obviously the controlled burn. Gives you a nice view, but thought I would just stop and show you that real quick. But let's get back on trail, and I should see you on the gravel road here shortly. All right, well, this is a bit different. I can't say I've ever seen anything like this before, and I honestly have no clue what it is. See these like black blobs on the trail here? I was walking with my sunglasses on, and I swear they were moving. I took my glasses off because I thought maybe it was like a weird reflection, but no, the ground is literally crawling here. I think they're just like thousands of tiny little gnats or something. Look at this. I don't know how well it's going to come out in the video, but what is this? This is insane. Look. What in the world? You could see them flying or whatever. I have no clue what this is. There's a few of them. Anybody know? That's a new one for me. What in the world? We find aliens up on Moosic Mountain. All right, well, we have made it to our next destination along the Blueberry Trail. This is simply known as Mountain View, and you can see why. Once again, looking down upon the city of Scranton, you can see some of the mountains off in the distance, and apparently on clear days, you can actually see the Catskills off in the distance. Pretty incredible. But it is warming up out here. I'm not used to this kind of weather. You know me, it always rains, but Northeast Pennsylvania has been pretty good to me. So yeah, let's hit the trail and link up with the gravel road here. Just wanted to show you this real quick. Another mile and another vista. We have just arrived here at Scenic View, still looking down upon the city of Scranton, looking north, a nice view of the moon, and there are some big mountains off in the distance. I don't know how well you guys can see that, but I'm guessing those might be the Catskills that I was talking about earlier. But yeah, beautiful day. It's not going to get warmer than 60. Couldn't ask for nicer hiking weather. So we're going to continue on, and we should be linking up with our next trail here shortly. So let's go. All right, well, we have finally made it to the gravel road. Just looked at my phone, and we have already hiked a solid 4 miles. Not too shabby. We are going to cross here though and link up with, I believe it's the White Birch Trail and the Waterfall Trail, kind of just making our own loop up as we go. But yeah, I know I already said it, but what a gorgeous day. So let's cross the gravel road and go check out 2 more trails. What do you say? Look at this section of the trail. Just a color explosion. Vibrant reds, oranges, yellows, all against that bright blue sky, giving it a nice contrast. Could not ask for a better day to view some fall foliage here. Peak fall foliage up in Lackawanna County. You can see the aspen tree are still holding on to their golden leaves. The oaks have oranges and reds, but yeah, what a section of trail this is. Acorns all over the place. Pennsylvania has been going through a pretty nasty drought over the last few months, and I know a lot of folks were worried about the leaves not being at the best this year. A lot of people were saying they have a lot of browns and a lot of leaves are down already, but that certainly is not the case here. This is gorgeous. So yeah, I just wanted to show you this pretty vibrant section of trail here as we continue on. All right, on to the White Birch Trail. This is just a short loop, but as you can tell, totally different feel back here. A lot of hardwoods and of course birch trees. We are going to loop around and get spat out back onto the gravel road, and I think we have to backtrack before we link up with the waterfall trail. But yeah, I just wanted to show you some of the scenery here on this short loop. Definitely different than anything that we've seen so far today. Nice little change of pace. The White Birch Trail. Just a magical day here up on the mountain. Leaves are falling, acorns are falling. Figured we would do a little talking as we meander on back along the White Birch Trail. So this is my third full day here in northeastern Pennsylvania, nearly a 5-hour drive from Pittsburgh. I don't really get out here too much, so I wanted to see and do as much as humanly possible. I want to say in the last 2.5 days, I have hiked over 30 miles. So it's been quite the trip so far. If you're curious, I'm actually staying in Lackawanna State Park. That's kind of my base camp for all the adventures that I've been going on. Last night, it was a chilly one. Went down into the 20s, and that made for a pretty chilly sleep. But yeah, I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about this trip. We have one more day tomorrow, saving the best for last. So if you aren't subscribed, make sure you hit that button because tomorrow is going to be epic. You're not going to want to miss it. There's a deer right in front of me. He's looking at me, I'm looking at him. See how close we can get. There he goes. All right, made it back onto the road. we are going to keep our eyes open for the waterfall trail following along this power line. Check that out. You can actually see where it cuts through on that other ridgeline miles and miles off in the distance. But yeah, the white birch trail is pretty decent. At the end there, it got a little confusing. I lost the blazes a few times, but nothing too crazy. There were a couple cool rock formations and the ruins from whatever operation that went on back there. But yeah, we're going to continue on and officially start our descent on back down to the parking area. So let's go find the waterfall trail. Nearly made it to the top of the hill, and I screwed up a little bit. I kept saying the waterfall trail, but we are going to start our descent on the Stonehenge trail, and it looks like it begins right here. So let's start our trek on back down to the parking area. All right, well, continuing our descent, this section of the trail is pretty interesting. As you can see, it's gotten rather rocky, just passed on through a nice little rhododendron tunnel, and you can see the transition from the hardwood forest that we were just hiking through with all the maple, the oak, and the birch, and it is slowly turning back into a barren. You can see all the blueberry bushes and aspen trees as we start our descent on back down to the parking area. But this might be my favorite section of the trail here. Well, apologies if this video is like an hour long at this point, but we have just reached our next trail intersection here. Originally, I was going to follow the Stonehenge trail back to the parking area. I pulled out the map, and this trail, the view, is a short little loop. And honestly, how do you pass up a trail called the view, even though the waterfall trail didn't have a waterfall? That would be the ultimate trolling if the view didn't have a view. But I guess we'll find out. Let's check it out. Yeah, pretty amazing. I think I'm gonna change my mind once again. This has to be my favorite section of trail that we've done today. Get all the peak fall foliage, mountains off in the distance, hiking along this rock, and even cooler, if you look down, there's just moss and lichen all around us right now. And the one thing that I learned from out west is they preach this saying, as funny as it sounds, don't bust the crust. And a lot of this lichen and moss that we're looking at right now can take years and years to develop, and one footstep could just ruin a tiny little ecosystem. So keep that in mind if you ever find yourself in these fragile ecosystems. Don't bust the crust. And yeah, I'm gonna hang out here for a few moments and enjoy this view before heading back down to the truck. all good things must come to an end, and what a day it's been. Perfect weather, peak fall foliage. I got to check off another bucket list item that I've been wanting to explore for years now. But wow, what a day. If you're ever in the Scranton area, come check this place out, even if you just do the view trail. Wow. As always, I just wanted to say thank you to everyone that tunes in each and every week. You guys rock, the Patreon supporters that help fund trips like this. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I looked at my phone a few moments ago. We logged in, I think it was like 8.2 miles for the day, so pretty solid day overall. Tomorrow we're gonna be heading to a bigger, badder mountain. So if you aren't subscribed for whatever reason, hit that subscribe button. You're not gonna wanna miss that one. I pretty much made this whole trip based around this big mountain climb tomorrow, so it's gonna be a good one. But yeah, I'm gonna sign things out from here. It was an amazing day. I hope you all get to check out the Moosic area in your travels. But once again, thank you, and I will see you next week from a pretty amazing mountain. See you guys.